intentions or what's realistic and what's appropriate. But also, I think that we need to take what's more of the popular ideas, which the majority of the people support. You don't want to just support some one individual's crazy plan because it's not going to go anywhere with the board. You have to have more support or endorsement behind it by more of the student body than just one person or one group. So I think that's how I would base my decisions. Just make sure it has enough support behind it, make sure it's realistic.
Well, I think one of the qualities that you have to have is to remember more than the judgment to pick certain opinions of people that should be brought up in meetings. And the people's opinions are important, and you should listen to all of them and build. And that your opinion and opinions of you're supposed to reflect on the opinions of others and build your own opinion. And that's what anybody's natural ability is to do. That's how they base their opinions, is by other people's opinions. So if you educate yourself more in the student body, then you're able to build opinions based on what others believe in and bring them together into one, so then you can better explain it to them.
Other questions?
Okay, I have no. In my experience, I found the board to be very open, very funny, very affable people. However, there may be 1 or 2 years difference in age between you and them. How would you go about interacting with people who maybe are not of your age and may not quite understand what it's like being a teenager in 2004?
Well, obviously, student member on the board, you have to interact with both the student body and you have to interact with adults. But I think I've had experience from being in the different groups and clubs I'm in, just with our advisors for student council, Mr. Rayfield, Mr. Lakeville, and so on and so forth. And I think that it won't be a problem for me to interact with adults. I've been attended for meetings before, and so I know some of the basic processes, and I've met or been acquainted with some of the members, so I don't think that's not really an issue for me. It's not something frightening or something I'm scared of doing. I'm really looking forward to that if I get elected.
Well, I have a lot of older sisters and brothers, but they're all over the age of 25. So I've basically been an only child my entire life. And growing up, I've just been used to talking to adults easier than I have students. But now that I'm involved in activities and things like that, it's easy for me to socialize with students now also. So I've always had the natural ability to talk to adults. And I don't think that would be a problem. I think that all the people in the Board of Education are nice and willing to accept me. And I don't think that would be a problem.
As Corey said, I don't really think that talking to older adults is really an issue for me because I've kind of experienced it my whole life. If you think about it, like when we go to school, we talk to our teachers, and you always sometimes make compromises, like if you miss a day of school and you need to make something up, or if you don't understand something in class, you have to communicate effectively with your teachers if you want to get a decent grade in the class. And in student council, we have to talk to our administrators and voice our concerns. So obviously, if you don't know how to voice your opinion across correctly, it makes a conflict between you and your administrator because you don't really get your opinion across the way you like it to be. And I think everyone has had experience talking with adults when they talk with their parents, because you know that if you don't present what you want the right way, everything goes down the drain. You probably end up being grounded. So I think I've got enough experience for my life trying to voice my concerns, and of course I do try to voice other people's concerns and backing up opinions and beliefs. And I think I'm fully prepared to do that with this board education.
Why do you want to be the student member on board?
I've always been involved in student council, and I think that being a student member of the board would bring that to a new level and brings more responsibility to the students. And you are basically like your own student council representing the students in the student body. And I think that'd be a great experience. It's a large responsibility, but I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
I'd like to be a student member of the board because I love voicing my concerns and the concerns of other people, and I would really like to get like a chance to get into the source of the people who can really make a change in the community. Because I know that when I'm at student council meetings, I tell Mr. Woods things, and he goes, well, you'll have to talk to Annie and bring that up with the board. And I always think, man, I wish I was a student member of the board so I could go and tell the Board of Education, the problems that are going on. I mean, I'm sure Annie does an excellent job, but I wish I could be in there doing it as well.
But you just want me out of the way. I understand.
I just want to be president of the county someday.
Okay. Well, for me, staying on the board is really, I know it's going to be a challenge when I'm elected, but it's a challenge I'm willing to undertake, and I'm excited about, and I'm really interested in being able to influence the members of the board with, and really explain the opinions of students in our county. I don't think that it's voiced enough. And also, for issues like honors science courses, I think that's really an interesting topic that I'd really like to pursue if I get elected. And I think those are the kind of things that we need to bring up to the board, because it just makes them have a better idea of how students feel. And that's what I'm excited about, just bringing a new perspective to their meetings so that they can understand more of what we're about, help them make their decisions.
We've been talking about issues and concerns and things like that. And you've talked to members of your council and also members of your class. What is the one area or one thing that you would like to, if you could, bring before the board as a concern of the students?
I think the biggest one would be the one Corey mentioned, the honors science program. It really hits home for me because I had the teacher that a lot of the students are having problems with right now, and I would just really like to see an honors class for science at our school, because I'm planning on going to major in biology in college, and it really hurts my college application to say that I've taken all honors classes and then all the science classes I take merit. And really, the science classes are the most important classes I'm supposed to take, and I can't even take honors in them. It just seems to hurt the field I'm going into, and I'd really like to see an honors science program, because science is an interesting field, and it's just not fair that the students can't get as much information as they could and learn so much about that area. It's kind of a disappointment, and I really would like to push that issue and get an honors program going at our school.
Obviously, I agree with Jaden. I think the honor science courses would be a challenge that is really needed for our students. I know many students, including myself, tried to take honors classes to challenge ourselves. And with science, we don't have that opportunity. Our merit classes may be challenging, but really, I think that it's just part of the curriculum that needs to be completed. It's not fair that we have honors courses for math and English and social studies, but we don't have one for science. It really doesn't make sense. So I think that's definitely an issue I want to pursue and try to finalize. I think that's something we need to try to do from now on, is finalize our issues that we're really concerned about. I know with backpacks at our school, we've been talking about backpacks for probably before I was here, and we've never really finalized the issue. We need to try to get a voice in here, let the student member on the board to finish things up and to get an honor science course for our school.
I agree with both of them, but there are a lot of students in our school that aren't taking AP classes, they aren't into the vocational courses and things like that. And sometimes they don't have the classes that they need, and sometimes they have the So just talking about the a wider class curriculum and getting students involved in different areas to prepare them for their career, so whether they're going into college, vocational school, or just going back to a career of their choice. It would just be better to talk about certain classes that will prepare them for this.
Okay, I being student on the board requires a very profound understanding of your own mental ability and mental agility. You need to be very flexible and able to think on your feet. So my question to you is, if you were a breakfast pastry, which one would you be on?
Oh,
Not that I'm always thinking about breakfast.
This corner, you have to start on it.
Do I really have to start?
I can start. I can start.
Oh man, I can start.
This is example of thinking on my feet. I would be a Pop-Tart, a cinnamon sugar Pop-Tart. They're the best, and I'm the best. And really, they're a classic. They're a timeless classic. And Pop-Tarts are just so darn good. I mean, really, no one can disagree with them. And everyone likes different varieties, but really, no one can disagree that cinnamon sugar Pop-Tarts are the best. I mean, come on, man. Really, I don't even hear anyone objecting to me right now. Because I eat Pop-Tarts. You never tried them. But, see, this is...
They're stale.
See, I know everyone's opinion because I already know that cinnamon sugar's the best.
Laura?
I eat cereal, and that's because cereal is not only breakfast food, it's like lunch and dinner for me. So, and there's so many different flavors, and everybody can relate to cereal. So many have eaten cereal, and they're like, and most teenagers eat cereal, and I know I eat it 3 times a day. And it's just something that everybody can relate to, and belongs in every food group, but you know. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be a donut, cream in the middle, and ice cream on top. Okay.
You look good with your background.
Not only is that happy, but it combines many different good elements that are good on their own together to make something that's a lot better. And that's what a small has to do, to combine every council in our county, southern and northern and the middle schools, as one. We'll just put them together. And you try to bring all these things that are good by themselves and make them into something better. And that's what you need to do, is just basically take the opinions of everyone and form them into something that the board can relate to and understand. So, good answer. I tried.
Probably have time for one more.
Does,
Okay, you're at your school all day long, so you can understand and relate to the students at your school. How do you plan on relating with the students at Northern if you go to Southern, or at Southern and Northern, and at the middle schools?
I'm involved in a lot of activities, and these girls, I know do soccer, and they go through Southern. And not only through activities, but also friends who have friends. But students from other schools talk to students from other schools to tell them what's going on in their school and what's different from their school. And it kind of gives you a better idea of what you desire for your own school. And I know a lot of people from Southern, and I socialize with them on a regular basis. So I believe that talking to them about their own school and getting to know